Hello, I'm Kit Cabello, one of the co-founders of Veracity and Defiance. I'm here with a Bernie Sanders delegate. Can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Puja Datta. I'm a Bernie delegate from Ohio.
And what drew you into the Bernie Sanders campaign? Because going back in time, when there was at least 5 Democratic candidates on the debate platform, they were sharing all their points of views, their political philosophy. What drew you into Bernie Sanders in particular?
Well, so I started reading about Bernie's platform, and he did an AMA on Reddit, actually, and I started reading through his responses, and I noticed that everything he was saying aligned with how I viewed the world. I had been pretty disenfranchised from the political process for a long time. I felt like I would never be around a politician, or never hear anyone in politics say the kinds of things that Bernie has come out and said. The man is so courageous, and he inspires me to be courageous, if that makes sense. He's just a wonderful human. He's a truth teller. He has revealed the truth of the world to us.
You felt that basically the other candidates, including Hillary Clinton, who's now the Democratic nominee for the Democratic Party, do you feel that all those candidates before then were just nothing but establishment, just going off talking points? I mean, what you said that you were against them, or not against them, but more of just not falling in line with the standard politician. Why is that?
I mean, I'd just like to point out, first of all, I've been a Democrat my whole life, since I've been registered to vote. Problem is, my version of democracy does not seem to align with the Democratic Party anymore. We want to unite with them. We want to be a part of their party, but they don't seem to want us. We've had a lot of trouble in this experience in the hotels talking to our Hillary counterparts. They don't really seem to want to have conversations with us. They don't like to pretend that we exist. They like to pretend that we don't exist.
Why is that? Why do you think that you've had so much trouble with at least Clinton volunteers, Clinton delegates? What's one of your reasons why?
I think part of it is that a lot of them are really deeply entrenched in the establishment of politics. There's a lot of schmoozing that goes on. There's a lot of drinking. There's a lot of parties. There's a lot of private events. There's a lot of money wrapped up in the DNC. We all had to spend a significant amount of money to come here. They don't really help with delegate costs. That's all a financial burden that's put on all of us that choose to take part in our democracy, and I think that's a sham. This process needs to be open to millions of people, and that's something I feel really strongly about, and something that Bernie feels really strongly about, but something that the Democratic Party doesn't seem to feel that strongly about. And I don't understand how we can call ourselves the party of the people when we're not willing to do what we can to get the people involved. So it comes down to a difference in ideologies, I think. We want our ideologies to be part of the Democratic Party because that's where they're from. They're based in FDR ideals. This is the heart of the Democratic Party as we know it. Some of the programs that we most value in this country, like Social Security, Medicare, they're because of policies that are like Bernie's. And I'm not sure when the Democratic Party turned away from that.
Okay, now you mentioned people getting involved and you being at least interested in the Sanders campaign. How did you get the chance and the opportunity to become a delegate for Bernie Sanders?
I actually, we have a very strong grassroots organization in Columbus. We're very lucky that way. They're called Central Ohio Grassroots for Bernie. It's like a group of probably 100 really dedicated Bernie people. We've built kind of a community. And it's been a really wonderful experience having a group of like-minded progressives to go forward. And I think that's the kind of thing we need to see in every country, in every city, in every state. We need to come together and band together to move forward.
And coming here to Philadelphia, what was the environment, at least entering into the convention center? What did you have to deal with? What did you and your fellow Bernie Sanders delegates had to deal with?
We've had to deal with a lot of. Yesterday, I went up to someone at one of our events at the hotel, and he was a Hillary person. He had a shirt that said Ironworkers for Hillary on his shirt. And I tried to just strike up a general casual conversation with him, ask him how his day was going. He turned to me, looked at me, and left. He didn't say a word. He didn't respond to me at all. And that's the kind of problem that many of us are seeing. We're not in the establishment. We're very new to the political process. they don't have a lot of patience for us, which is understandable. They've probably been, most of them seem to have been entrenched in this for a very long time, so I understand their frustrations, but they need to welcome us in. They need to accept us, because we did make up, reminder to Democrats, we did make up about 46% of your electorate, so you might not want to forget about our votes. You know, you have to hear our voices. Like, we're interested in uniting with the Democratic Party, but we just don't seem to be getting that in return. Unity has to be earned. It's not just given, you know.
And in the past few days, it was revealed that the Democratic Party was working in conjunction with the Clinton campaign. And during the primary, a lot of voters who were going to vote for Bernie Sanders were saying that the system was rigged, that they'd been purged from the voting list, that there was rigged machines. Do you feel that all the Bernie Sanders supporters and volunteers and even the delegates feel vindicated after all these years, or not years, but months of saying that, yes, we have a rigged system, and the system was rigged from the very beginning? How do you feel about that?
Well, I'll tell you, it does feel like it's been years. It's very vindicating. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, we've been saying it, and we've been saying it, and we've been saying it, and the media has just been controlling the narrative. They've shamed the character of our candidate, who's one of the most wonderful, genuine people who does exist in politics right now. One of the leaks that came out mentioned his Jewish heritage, which I don't even understand where this kind of Karl Rove tactic is coming from the Democrats. You know, maybe it has something to do with David Brock. I don't know. We actually got a book from David Brock in our DNC welcome gift bags. It was called, I can't remember, Killing the Messenger, I believe, about how the right-wing organizations are taking over our government. But it's hard to distinguish what's right-wing and what's not right-wing anymore when those same tactics are being used on us. You know, we are part of them. We are not the enemy, and we're being treated like the enemy right now. It's painful.
Do you feel that the Clinton campaign and more or less the Democratic establishment, do you feel they made a very dangerous gamble in regards to picking Hillary Clinton as the Democratic nominee?
So they really like Nate Silver, right? They love Nate Silver. And Nate Silver's last blog post was about how Donald Trump is beating, if the election was held today, Donald Trump would be beating Hillary by like 6%, something like that.
There's been some polling data indicating that he's beating her in some key swing states, Ohio being one of them. And on a national poll, one of them indicated that he's beating her by 52% to her 45%.
Yeah, that's, if I was the Democrats, I would be pretty worried. But they don't seem to be focused on him. They seem to be focused on us and attacking our candidate. And it's just strange hearing them declare that we need to unite with them when they've done this to us, you know? It seems like a tall order for a lot of Bernie people, and I think understandably so. When you find out that Debbie Wasserman Schultz was actually calling our surrogates names, calling our campaign, our supporters, terrible things. Remember when the Hillary surrogates came out and said, you know, I think it was it Steinem who said that we're only here for the boys, and it was Madeleine Albright who said that women who support Bernie are going to hell, blah, blah, blah.